Welcome back, bienvenidos de vuelta. Me llamo Glostlyn, my name is Glostlyn. And as you see up there, como ven ahí arriba, vamos a continuar con Infinity Nikki. We're going to continue with Infinity Nikki. We're using the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Estamos usando el control Pro de Nintendo Switch a través de Steam through Steam. Así que con eso dicho al escritorio, with that to the desktop.
山里有间亭，亭里有幅画，画里有座山，山中又见亭，亭里又有画，画里又望山。
Okay. It's the same thing the grandmother was saying, right? That Nikki is still there. That's weird. Hmm.
山里有间亭，亭里有幅画，画里有
It is very peculiar that she's waiting there already, huh?
又见亭，亭
Peculiar que está esperando a Shiz y hay que esperar hasta la noche.
Artist Nikki, Auntie Chuen came too. She heard about the box and wants to help.
Aunt Chun is ridiculously young. I thought she was going to be older. Esa tía Chun está súper joven, ¿eh? Yo pensé que iba a ser más vieja.
Thank you all so much. No matter what happens tonight, I'll always remember your kindness. Don't worry about it, Yoon. You've helped so many in the village, so of course we'd be here for you when you need it.
Exactly. We're all from the same village, no need to thank us. And besides, your mother and I were like sisters. It's the least we can do. I could tell you've been worried about the box, and it's been weighing on my mind. I was ready to close up shop, just to stay by your side through this. Thankfully, Artist Nikki's amazing skills brought Yunyang's box back to...
Auntie Chuen, if you don't stop flattering me,
Oops.
my head will grow too big.
I know. If you ever need my help, say the word.
Perfect timing. I was going to ask you something. For this year's Yinyuan festival, Ping Ping gave me a Tuan Shan as a Yinyuan gift. It made me think, surely the memento Auntie Yu left for Yun must have a special meaning too. If we could work out what it looks like, it'd really help with our search.
A Tuan Shan. I first met Yunyang during a Yinyuan festival as well. Her Tuan Shan was swept away by the wind and happened to land right in my arms. When I ran after her to return it, she said, "The moon waxes and wanes, and people meet and part. If it fell into your arms, then it must be fate." Later, when she became really ill, she often said, "A Tuan Shan looks just like the full moon. Someday, if you miss me, just look at the Tuan Shan and remember me." I always thought she'd leave that Tuan Shan to Yoon as something to remember her by. But in the end, she held my hand tightly and said that because her body was weak, she had to urge Yoon to grow up fast. She feared that if she died, Yoon would have nothing to lean on, so she wanted to leave something Yoon could take with her while practicing medicine, something to give her comfort and support. Thinking about it now, that must be it. But as for what it actually is, I'm not sure either.
It sounds like she left behind something Yoon could use in her medical work.
That's great! With this glue, we have a much better shot at finding it.
Momo is on the other side of the universe. Ese Momo está en el otro lado del universo, ¿eh?
No time to waste. Let's split up and search. We'll check the riverbank. Maybe we can fish it out.
I don't like when she said fish it out.
Am I seeing things? That fish over there looks really different.
Was the keepsake Auntie Yu left behind eaten by a fish? Let me try using my fishing ability to reel it in. Momo, I caught it!
I'm getting really good. With me cheering you on, nothing's a challenge for you.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about fishing. You don't always get the fish that is the mission one. Because there are more in that same spot.
Wow,
Eso es lo único
what
malo
a
de
haul.
pescar.
Classic Nick. A little
Porque
fish
como
is
no
no
te sale
match
de
for
una
me.
el pez que quieres, te salen otros que hay ahí en el mismo lugar. Ese es el detalle. Por eso no me gusta mucho el pescar, es muy aleatorio. That's the only reason I don't like to fish that much in this one. Because it's very random.
Wow, what a haul. Classic Nick. A little fish is no match for you.
Okay. Ah, mortar makes sense. It is a mortar, my friends. Es un mortero. Qué casualidad, ¿no? What a coincidence. Okay, mortar for medicine. An old mortar from Chao Yunia. Soft and warm to the touch. It has a subtle shine, like if it was covered by the moonlight.
We fished it out. It looks like a mortar for grinding medicine. Let's take it to Yoon and show her.
As expected, it
Yoon,
was the easier one.
I pulled this out of the river. Could it be what your mother left you? This is... My mother used to grind herbs late into the night. Her tapping on the mortar was as soft as raindrops, and I'd always doze off at the table. When I woke, I'd see her under the moonlight, gently brushing my hair, her hands dusted in medicinal powder. She'd say, "Yun, be like this mortar. Plain in form, yet strong within. Blunt the sharp, soften the fierce. Grind down troubles, and stay unshaken amidst the rain."
This small size, and those patterns. The shape is exactly the same as her old mortar. But isn't the color a bit... different?
I recognize every fine line, each and every mark on it. Somehow, though, it looks steeped in moonlight. But I know I'm not mistaken. Maybe this really is what she meant to leave for me. A memento to keep with me.
I thought the same thing too. When I saw it gleaming in the water, it looked just like the reflection of the moon.
It would have been nice to see that.
Fishing for the moon in the water. Mother, you always used to say, the moon speaks no words, yet it reflects countless thoughts. There was once a time when the rain felt endless, and I cried for the moon. You lit a lamp and held up a tunshan, casting a round shadow under the light. You soothed me by saying, "Look, the moon is right over here." It never truly left. I wonder, could it be that the moon is now watching me? Mother, if you've truly become that moon in the sky, please watch over me often. From now on, I'll take good care of myself. I won't live in sadness, making you worry. And if reincarnation does exist, then in the next life, I hope to become a pool of water on the moon. That way, I can nestle once again in your embrace.
They say when people leave, the yin yuan they had vanished too. Perhaps Yunyang really did become the moon in the sky, just as she wished.
Even if someone is gone, it doesn't mean their Inuan disappears. Moonlight spans all across the world. Where hearts align, paths may yet entwine.
Now that this matter is settled, Artist Nikki, where would you like to go next?
Mm, okay, let's do the worst one first, I guess. Haremos el peor primero, supongo.
I'd like to visit Uncle Go's house.
All right. A few days ago, his garden hose suddenly turned into ink, and it hasn't completely disappeared yet. It happened recently, so there might still be clues to follow.
Oh, conveniently is close. Convenientemente está cerca el asunto. Wait, we can get that one. If it worked. They are fighting.
Are they arguing over a...
That's Uncle Go, the one we came to see. Seems he's in another tiff with Uncle Jean.
Looks like before we can ask anything, we'll need to break this up. Come on, let's go.
Jin Sang-zi, you stole my hoe. Now give it back.
Cut it out, Guardo. Who would want that busted old thing?
You stole it.
Ridiculous!
You?
Please, calm down. There's no need to get so worked up. Just talk this out.
No one can calm us down. Wait. Artist Nikki? And Miss Bai?
You two are so in sync.
Miss Bai, didn't you stop by just a few days ago?
I did, but I've come back. I wanted to show Nikki your hoe. Uncle Go, why are you arguing with Uncle Jean again?
It's all because of that hoe. Perfect. You two can help settle this.
Okay, we're listening.
Jin Sang-zi's hoe broke recently, that much I know. But today I saw him out with a new one. It looked real familiar, so I took a closer look. Sure enough, I smelled a floral scent that only comes from my yard. Everyone knows I've got a sharp sense of smell. I'm definitely right, so I'm certain he stole my hoe. And this whole turning into ink thing, just some nonsense he cooked up to cover his tracks.
Hey! I stay quiet for 1 second and you just spew nonsense, huh? Sure, my old hoe is broken, but the one I've got now is definitely the one I found at home this morning. I thought, since it was inside the house, it must have been bought by either my wife or my daughter Zian. So I just used it. Then this guy storms in, yelling that I stole it.
You took it, and you didn't ask.
Quit making stuff up!
You...
Gentlemen, arguing like this won't solve anything. Please, calm down.
Persuade softly. Respond firmly. Yeah, I guess we have to do that one.
Uncle Go, the ink issue hasn't been fully investigated yet. You can't just accuse Uncle Jean like that. And Uncle Jean, there's no need to get so worked up either. Please calm down. Why not let us look into it? Once we get to the bottom of it, we'll spell it all out for the both of you.
Gordo, you hear that? The truth isn't even out, so don't go pointing fingers. You!
Jin Sang-zi, are you going to keep arguing here forever? If I spot even one weed in the field, you're in for it!
Xiaoxian, right away.
Artuo, go home and make the Shangbao.
Taiping?
Whoa! A real case of there's always a bigger fish?
Artist Nikki, Miss Bai. Sorry about that. So embarrassing. Those two are such a pain. They're probably sworn enemies from a past life who kept it going in this one.
Enemies from a past life?
We read that story. Leímos esa historia.
Even if they were, there's no rule saying they can't get along in this life. From what I just heard, I think I've got the gist of things. Uncle Go's hoe turned to ink, and Uncle Jin suddenly had a hoe appear out of nowhere. Auntie Taiping, I'd like to start with the hoe at your place. Would you mind showing us?
Okay. There's an explanation there. Here, uncle and aunt are respectful terms, words, titles, for old adults. Used even without familiar links. That happens here too, where I live. In in the farms or in the jungles and stuff like that. They call pretty much everyone uncle or aunt because of that, the same reason, to be more respectful. Bueno, ahí explica que tía y tío son términos que se usan para mostrar respeto a las personas mayores, o sea, adultas, y lo usas incluso si no son tus tíos o tías de verdad, ¿sí me entienden? Y decía que aquí donde yo vivo, en el campo, generalmente se usa eso bastante igual,
No problem. Follow
por la
me.
misma idea, por respeto.
If I hadn't already promised to meet up with the girls at the music hall, I'd gladly pitch in. I'll need to leave it up to you two.
Okay, leave it to Miss Bai and me.
Whoa! Just like the raft from before. This hole looks like it came out of a painting.
But it hasn't completely disappeared. Maybe I can use my Daching ability to restore it. Auntie Taiping, I tried restoring the hoe. Can you take a look? Does it belong to Uncle Go?
That's it, without a doubt. You've become quite impressive, Nikki. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Actually, I wanted to ask, before the hoe changed, did anything strange happen?
Nothing I can think of. It changed overnight. When morning came, it looked completely different.
Just like before, this turning into ink thing happens with no warning. Miss Sui and I tried to find a pattern before, but nothing.
At least we know Uncle Jean's hoe and Uncle Go's inked hoe aren't the same hoe.
So then, where did Uncle Jin's hoe come from? All these mix-ups are making my head spin.
No idea. Usually things will go missing, but this is the first time that something's just appeared out of nowhere.
Since Uncle Jean said he found the hoe at his house, why don't we go check it out? Maybe we'll spot something useful.
Yes. Let's go.
I'm glad you that's the tool that I was saying.
Looks like someone's home after all.
It's Miss Ziyan. Perfect. Maybe she can tell us more. Miss Ziyan, it's rare to catch you at home. Are you off today?
Yes, you could say that. Speaking of rare, it's not every day I see you and artist Nikki together. What brings you two here?
Uncle Jean told us he found an extra hoe in the house this morning. You didn't happen to buy it, did you?
No, it wasn't me. And I don't think my mother bought it either.
Here. How could it have just popped in out of thin air?
Nikki, did you say my father and Uncle Go got into another fight?
It was just a misunderstanding. Uncle Go smelled flowers on that hoe and assumed he stole it. That's how it all started. But we already restored the hoe, which proves your father didn't take anything. Once we get to the bottom of this, we'll clear things up between them.
Those two.
I understand your concern. The grudge between Uncle Go and your father didn't start yesterday. For them, making peace won't be easy.
But what I don't get is, my father actually respects him.
Huh? Really? That's not the vibe I got at all.
You don't know this, but every time I buy one of Uncle Go's Zhengbao, even if Dad grumbles and sneezes, he still asks to take a closer look. He just can't swallow his pride. The moment he runs into Uncle Go, he gets all wound up and says awful things. And Uncle Go's no better. We've tried talking to them over and over, but nothing ever changes. My mother says they were sworn enemies in a past life, and honestly, I believe her.
Harboring ill will in a past life will haunt the present one. Grudges form easily but are hard to resolve. Going from that to harmony is even harder.
Okay, we can be optimistic or comfort both. I guess comfort in this case.
Ziyan, Miss Bai, don't feel too sad. Nothing's set in stone. The past is the past, and this life is full of new possibilities.
New possibilities. Easier said than done.
True, 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 true. Verdad, verdad.
Maybe what they really need is the right moment. When that time comes, maybe they'll finally sit down and talk things out.
The right moment. Thank you, Nikki. As for my father and Uncle Go, I'll keep thinking about it.
No need to thank us. But now we're back to square one. Where do we go from here?
That hoe couldn't have really appeared out of thin air, right?
I have a hunch. There should be one other person who knows where it came from.
Do you mean...
He used the thing or he sold the thing? I don't know, this time I'm not sure. Esta vez no estoy seguro, I guess... sold?
the hose seller. The person who sold the hose would definitely know where it came from and where it was heading.
Exactly. If I remember correctly, the only person in the village who deals in farming tools is Wu Dalang. When it's daytime, we could go ask him at his stall.
Good idea. Nikki, when it's daytime, let's go to Wu Dalang's stall to look for it.
I think I got everything in this area, right? Creo que conseguimos todo lo que era conseguible aquí, ¿no? Creo.
The sun is warm and the fields grow long. Scythes, hoes, and sickles for the price of a song. Need a tool? Don't dare stall. Old Dalang has it all.
We're too close to the guy. Estamos muy cerca del tipines.
Isn't Miss Bai an artist Nikki? A sight for sore eyes. If it's a farming tool you're after, I'll find the perfect one for you.
Ask about the thing. Ask about prices. Why not?
I like your sales pitch. I'm almost tempted to buy something. How much bling for a hoe?
Nikki, we're not here for a shopping spree. Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, we only did that for the lulz. Solo hicimos eso para las risitas.
I just got swept up in the moment. Mr. Wu, we're here to ask you about a hoe.
Oh, I was wondering why you two were here. I thought our little artist might be interested in some farming tools for her paintings. Well, you've come to the right place. I know exactly who's bought them, who's broken them, who's mended them, and who's lost them in the village. Just ask Dalang.
She knows everything. Troll.
Classic Mr. Wu. We actually want to ask, has anyone recently bought a hoe?
A hoe? Well, the only person to buy one lately was that young lad Dulan Hui. Wait, actually he came twice. About a week ago. He said the hoe he bought from me was working so well, he wanted another one just like it. I looked for ages and dug up the last one. Then a few days later, he came back for another one. I had to tell him he'd have to wait for me to make a whole new one.
Dulan Hui. Wait, isn't that Uncle Go's son?
What? Oh, wow. This is getting confusing now.
I know everything. I think that I know everything.
I don't have solid proof, and I can't figure out his intentions, but my gut's telling me that hoe at Uncle Jin's place is the same one Lan Hui bought.
Well then, it looks like we'll need to ask Du Lanhui a few more questions. I just don't know if he's at home or at the stall.
Oh, I actually ran into him earlier, in the woods by Uncle Jin's place. He was pacing around all alone, brows furrowed. No idea what he was worried about.
Thanks, Mr. Wu. We'll head there now.
Oh. Apparently there's something we didn't do. Aparentemente sí había algo que no hicimos. Ah. Okay, just in case. What is that? That is disturbing because it's watching me. Eso está traumatizante lo que te sigue la cosa esa. ¿Ver? Actually, hold on. Before we do something, this is a good photo opportunity. Because we have the evil mask there. And the tree down there. Too bad the angle is not quite right. That thing is too high. Would have been awesome. Está muy alto el bicho ese, porque si no hubiera estado súper bien. I think that one will be good this time. Creo que esta vez... o esto. A little farther away. If that mask was a little bit lower, it would have been amazing. Si la máscara se hubiera estado un poquitito más abajo, hubiera estado súper bien, ¿eh? Okay, let me fix the light here. Exposure. Too much exposure. It has to be there. I don't have a purple one, right? Si tuviera una púrpura estaría súper bien. That almost white one was good. There you go. Okay, let's go back to the other controller where we have the gyro. I should have taken the photo like from this angle so it would look better, right? Because it's looking at me now. And it is actually what we want it to be. Kinda. Yeah. I didn't think the thing through. Wait, hold on. Can I? Yeah, I clearly didn't think the thing through. No pensé bien. Podríamos haberlo hecho mejor ahí. I like that one. Hmm. Ay, I messed it up, my friends. There you go. Ahí estamos. Okay, let's fight this thing. I can't. Maybe the trick is to hit it in the sexy, but it doesn't let you, right? Oh. Why did I do that? Just because? ¿Por qué hice eso? ¿Solo por si acaso? O sea, solo porque sí, como quien dice. I guess so. I was actually going there. De hecho, sí estaba yendo allí, ¿eh? Oh, no. I hate you. But it's probably going this way, right? Come on!
Let's stay in the shallow water.
Me hizo la gallinita ciega, ¿eh? Me hizo la gallinita ciega, gente. I really hate those things. En serio que me caen mal esos chismes, ¿eh? Okay. I was going to go there, but actually, I need to go there. Alright. Ah, wrong button. Botón equivocado, Hold on. I should do that before though. Deberíamos hacer eso de una vez, antes de hacer lo otro. Oh, there it is. Didn't I change it? Oh, there you go. No. Okay, never mind. Not that bad. Ya, más bien que no nos fue tan mal. The only issue is that we lost our ship, our plane there. Perdimos nuestro bote, nuestro barco, nuestro avión. There's nothing else, right? We did that down there, didn't we? Lo que está allá abajo ya lo hicimos, ¿no? Hold on, let me explore this thing while we are all the way up here. Explorar este asunto mientras estoy aquí arriba porque después no va a haber forma de volver a trepar esta cosa. Yep. It doesn't seem to be anything. No parece que hubiera nada más. Oh. Okay, let's go to the objective now. Up. Up. Al objetivo. Creo que ya no hay nada más. What is that? I guess that's how you originally go up there. Supongo que era así como originalmente tenías que subir, no como subió Glostlyn. That was the way you were meant to climb the thing.
Xian, you won't believe. The other day, I went around the mountain to try and find a way up. I didn't find a path, but I did spot a white figure floating by. It was so mysterious.
I've told you, the backside of the mountain is dangerous these days. Why would you go there alone again?
I was just passing by and couldn't resist. Huh? Nikki and Miss Bai?
I see what's going on now. Ya sé lo que está pasando.
Fancy running into you here.
Balhui, you... Why are you with Miss Xian?
I was just... Oh, I heard my dad and Uncle Xin arguing again, but I wasn't there when it started, so I came to ask Miss Xian.
So, what brings you here this time?
Straight to the point. Ask with tact. With yeah, let's do that.
So, about that hoe. Lan Hui, we asked Mr. Wu. Somebody bought a hoe from him recently. That was you, right?
Oh no, I forgot about him. Well, that's... actually...
It seems I can't hide it anymore. Nikki, Miss Bai, I'm sorry. Earlier, I lied. You guessed right. After hearing that our hoe was broken, Lan Hui went and bought us a new one. I didn't dare tell my parents. I brought it home quietly and hid it somewhere no one would notice. But before I could come up with an excuse, my father found it. And, well, you know the rest.
I see. No wonder you kept quiet. With Uncle Jean's temper, if he found out the hoe came from Lan Hui.
We thought the same. But in the end, it just led to yet another argument, and Xian had to go out of her way to help me cover it up. It all went so wrong.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Lan Hui. But now that things have come this far, I think it's time we tell Uncle Go and Uncle Jin the truth.
You're right, of course. But what Ziyan and I are worried about is how to tell them while also keeping them calm.
Don't worry. How about you just start by telling us how the bad blood between your fathers started?
Yes. If we can figure out the root of the problem, maybe we can actually fix it.
Really, it's all just a bunch of small misunderstandings. When we first moved here, my dad gave Uncle Jin a xiangbao as a gift. Nobody knew it would make him sneeze for over a week. It only cleared up thanks to Miss Chow, the healer.
Also, my father does singing exercises early in the morning. Most folks don't mind. Some even like waking up to it. But Uncle Go couldn't sleep through it. He even thought my dad was doing it to get back at him.
Then later, my father planted flowers that attracted bugs, which stung Uncle Jin.
Another time, my father got so wrapped up in singing with his friends that he accidentally trampled Uncle Go's flowers.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is making me start to sweat.
Yeah, it's a bunch of little misunderstandings that snowballed into a big grudge. But I remember Ziyan once saying that Uncle Jin actually likes the xiangbao Uncle Go made.
He does, but Uncle Jin's too proud to admit it. He's never even stepped foot in our shop. Honestly, though, my father's the same. It's frustrating.
It's an opportunity.
Huh. Hearing all this, I have an idea. I think this may be exactly what's needed to help them finally make peace.
Do you mean, while telling the truth about the hoe, we should use it as an opportunity to help them see how they really feel about each other?
Exactly. Both of them have been too proud to back down, and they both believe the other is wrong. So why not use this to move things along? We reveal the truth about the hoe and clear up the old misunderstandings too.
Nikki's right. I want to try one more time, not just for me and Zian, but for my father and Uncle Jin. I want them to become real friends.
Me too, but just in case something goes wrong, maybe we should tell just one of them first and see how they react. If it doesn't go well, we might still have a chance to fix things.
I think Miss Zian is right. In that case, Nikki, who do you think we should tell first?
Oh no. Oh no. Your decision will affect the story. I think since the first one was Go, that it started everything, probably we should begin with him, right? But then again, that guy is very impulsive. This one is hard, for sure. Este está difícil, ¿eh? Podríamos empezar con ese Go, que es el que empezó todo el asunto. El primer malentendido, pero al mismo tiempo es el más loco, así que no sé, che. Ya.
Let's tell Uncle Go first. After all, he was the one who wrongly accused Uncle Jin this time.
All right, and I'll talk to my father. Either way, come to my place tomorrow at noon, and I'll update you.
Look at the crowd. See? Everyone else showed up on time while you were still at home dilly-dallying.
I did not. Besides, what could that loudmouth even have to say? Anyway, since we're all here, Gordo, if you've got something to say, spit it out.
This time, I misunderstood and wrongly accused you. I'm sorry.
You...
Also, here's this Shangbao as an apology. Don't worry, this one won't make you sneeze.
Uncle Jin, my father's always felt bad about the xiangbao we gave you. He's been wanting to apologize, and this one is specially made by him. It's fully sneeze-proof.
You talk too much.
Between the apology and the gift, now I'm not sure what to say. Alright, okay, it's not a big deal. And if we're being honest, I owe you an apology too. You see, it's my habit to warm up my voice in the morning. I didn't know you had to care for the flowers at night, and I wound up disturbing your sleep. That's my fault.
Uncle Go, after that, my father moved his singing further away, just so he wouldn't disturb your rest again.
Ah, my girl! Why are you selling your old man out like that?
Nikki, Miss Bai, thanks so much for your help. If it wasn't for you, Xion and I might have really given up this time.
And you really ought to thank them properly. And if you're gonna see Ziyan, do it with your head held high. She's a wonderful girl and you better treat her right. If you don't, forget Uncle Jin. I'll be the one to set you straight.
Give it a rest. Lan Hui is way more reliable than you ever were.
So, you two already knew about me and Xion?
Stop giggling.
Hate turned into fate. It really happened. It's a really good thing. Miss Bai, aren't you happy? Of course I'm happy. It's just... I always thought changing a yin yuan was like rowing against the current, requiring tremendous effort and sacrifice. I never expected it could be resolved so smoothly.
Sometimes it is like that.
Each yin yuan has its own rhythm, and new connections always bring unexpected changes. Sometimes, without us even noticing, the threads that seemed broken are quietly mended. Maybe you're right. Now that this matter is settled, Artist Nikki, where would you like to go next?
We save the worst for last. Nos quedamos con el peor para el final.
I want to visit the Liu family. Xiaozhi has gone missing, and her parents must be terribly worried. I've also searched along with the other villagers, but we came up...
How are you doing, Chibi Styles?
I hope this time we'll be able to give them some answers.
I guess good morning for you. Ah, nice. I am surviving. I've been a little sick. And you know, when some things happen, they snowball, and then you can't do much about it sometimes. Yes, I hope. But thanks. And how about you?
Here. This is the home of the family whose child went missing.
Huh? What's with that gross, dark mark on the door?
It looks like... ink. But why would there be ink splashed all over the door? That is strange. Let's ask the Liu family when we see them.
I don't see the ink. How have you been, Chibi Styles?
her storming off, and now she's run away from home.
Auntie Liu, please don't be so mad at Xiaozhi. Right now, the most important thing is finding her.
Artist Nikki, Miss Bai, we've searched everywhere over the past few days, but we still haven't seen or heard anything from Xiaozhi. Nothing at all.
Xiaozhi. She doesn't seem like the type of child to disappear for days to make her parents worry.
She's never run away before. Up to now, whenever she got upset, she'd just spend time with Mr. Cheng's son, Tian, tinkering around with who knows what.
No, that's good to hear. Good to hear indeed.
The other day, we thought she'd gone to see Tian like usual, but when dinner was ready and she still hadn't come home, we started looking. And we couldn't find her anywhere. Tian hadn't seen her either.
You have to go to work today?
Now her father and I are afraid something's happened to her out there. There have been cases where people just...
Hopefully, we're just overthinking it. Right now, we can only follow the small clues we have. Maybe they'll help us guess where Xiaozhi went.
Auntie Liu, before she went missing, can you try to remember if Xiaozhi said or did anything?
You are very lucky, huh?
Morning, the three of us went to Artisan Cheng to ask him to repair Xiaozhi's umbrella.
But I guess that also means that you have a good life, you know, like a healthy one, in a way of speaking. Because I do have a moderately, what do you say, balanced diet. And I don't do anything that may make me sick easily, but sometimes I get sick anyways.
Everyone says, if there's rain, stay inside. From the wind, you must hide. If someone gets lost in the rain, even Long can't bring them back. She didn't take it seriously. We had to talk her into going with us. After the umbrella was fixed, instead of saying thank you, she argued with us and ran off. Of course, that evening it just had to rain. My heart's been in knots ever since.
Yeah, that's true. And that's great also, right? It's good to change the bad habits for good ones.
Did she have her umbrella with her?
Yes, of course. Artisan Cheng fixed it and gave it right back to her. She wouldn't have gone out in the rain without it. She just wouldn't.
If that's the case, then why would she disappear? Miss Liu, did anything else strange happen that day?
Now that you mention it, there was something strange. That evening, we both heard someone knocking on the door. The knocking got louder and faster, so I rushed over and opened it. But when I did...
I guess by sweets you mean processed sweets? Because I guess it's fine to have, I don't know, like fruits and stuff like that, right?
There was no one there. Just a gust of wind and raindrops rushing in. It blew past me with a whoosh and chilled me straight to my bones. After that, we were so caught up with looking for her, we didn't even think to ask if anyone had come by and knocked on our door.
It was stormy. Maybe it was just the wind.
That must be it. Who would be running around in that kind of weather anyway?
Since it was raining that hard, maybe she found a place to wait out the storm.
Oh, I really do hope so. But it's been days, and not so much as a word from her.
Because, for instance, in my case, even when I was super young, I didn't have that many processed sweets anyways. Even though I wanted sometimes. I guess I wasn't raised up to have them constantly, you know. Yeah, sure. That's also true. In the US, it is pretty much artificial everything, the country. Really? It is weird to have a sweet bread.
Don't worry, Miss Leo. Miss Bai and I will help you look for her. The more people looking, the better the chances of bringing her back.
Because here, bread is either, how do you say it, like a neutral taste or a little salty, you know, for the most part. We also have a sweet bread, but it is so subtle you can't notice the sweetness that much normally, right?
Thank you, Artist Nikki. You're such a good girl. Xiaozhi... She's such a good girl, too. I shouldn't have been so harsh with her.
You actually made me remember that I have some family that live in Norway, and one time when they came to visit, they brought up what's the name of that fish they have there in Norway? I guess it's salmon or something like that. It's a very big fish, right? And they brought that, the smoked, and they brought also some cookies, and those cookies were so rough to eat. It was like you were eating how do you say that that type of shit you used to, how do you say that, to sand wood, for example. Sandpaper, yes, that's the word. It was like eating sandpaper. It had a taste like it was made of some sort of actual, how do you say that? What they used to make bread. The I forget the word sometimes. The flour. It was a flour, a specific one. I don't know what exactly, but it didn't taste artificial, but it was dry, hard to eat. But if you ate that with the salmon, it was good, like a good combination, you know. But by itself, not great.
If you find her, please tell me right away. Her father and I, we won't scold her anymore. Just bring her home.
Xiaozhi's parents have searched relentlessly, but they still haven't found anything. If she didn't vanish in the rain, then where else could she have gone?
Okay, we can either investigate close to the house, ask the neighbors, ask Artisan Cheng. I guess that's a better idea, right?
Maybe we should ask Artisan Cheng again and find out exactly what happened that day. I can't shake the feeling that Auntie Liu hasn't told us everything.
I think so too. Xiaozhi doesn't seem like the kind of kid who just run off for no reason. Maybe something else happened that day. And that
Makes sense. After that, let's also search around her home. And maybe talk to some of the kids nearby who knew her well.
They were like cookies because they had like a rectangular shape, and they were kind of thick, like, I don't know, half a centimeter thick, and they had like a dark brown color to them, almost black. And I don't know, and they were like a cracker because they had little holes in the middle, you know. But because of the I don't know, the texture or the flower. Some of the holes were not holes actually, but it looked like it would be holes in a normal cracker, you know, something like that. Because I don't know, normally in Europe they have all sorts of breads, right? Especially in like cold countries like, I don't know, like Germany or Norway, stuff like that. Diary of Jan Shai. Jan Shai must be destined to something special. My parents always tell me to be humble, to learn from people like Shu, Yun, and the others. But why should I learn from them? I can concentrate in books because my hands are very crafty and they don't want to be still. But my parents don't understand. Liu Shanshay, I know everything about making wrong flowers. To temper, to dye, to cut, to... I don't know how to say that. You know, like when you have a shirt, iron, iron, and give shape. I know each step. I told my parents to ask the mice in the library. No, yeah, library. If they are capable of making a wrong flower like the one I make, as was expected, the only thing I got in return was the same critics I always get. Yeah, must be those. Because again, the idea was to eat that with the salmon, not like a sandwich, but on top of it, right? But I guess you could have done like a sandwich with them. I guess. Yes. When they have some salt, it is better, right? Even if you put something sweet on top of it. I don't know, like a jam or something like that. A slice of fruit, maybe. Ian, on next door, never argues with his or her dad, but he or she told me that the dad spends the day making umbrellas while whispering weird stuff like people soaked by the rain one day will disappear. I get it. Our parents will always see us like children. But Ian saw the wrong flower I made and praised it. That made me feel very well. So I'll tell them how to make one. I must be destined for something special. Who other than our who besides the masters from the books that run into a martial arts manual? Well, me. Shanshay, I have done it. Only that the book I found was not about martial arts, but it was a notebook filled with secret techniques to make wrong flowers. I must be chosen to make this craft. After practicing one time with the first chapter, I have found my own method. Start with the frame, not just with the schematics. When the structure is solid, the wrong flower takes shape by itself, or in a natural way, filled with life. But when I showed the flower to my parents, they didn't say a single praise to me. I told them one day this will be amazing. The daughter of who? That they will always mention. And I wouldn't have to work as hard selling vegetables to keep the family. But they were just shaking their heads with that look of doubt in their faces. Even someone like me, that is accustomed to deception, I felt a little hurt. But every time I am improving more and more, I just need a little more time to keep on practicing. And then even my parents will have to admit and say, we are really proud of Shansai. However, until they don't say how proud of me they are, I will never share with them. I will keep everything within my heart. Is Liu Shaoxi really destined for something special? This notebook has so many notes written by hand. The more I read them, the more I can weave a story of a destiny, just like you wave the wrong flowers. I have the feeling that the owner of this notebook is my great great grandmother, who's always, whom always, whom my mom always talks about, that she was expert in making wrong flowers. She was young, and she was the one directing the festival of Yin Yuan, creating a friendship that transcended generations. My great grandmother admired her, took care of her, and believed that she was destined to make big things. But she was always worried that she wouldn't take care of herself. And sometimes when my mother calls me, I sneak where Nikki the artist studies with Mr. Shui. I close my eyes and listening how Mrs. Shui speaks to Nikki with soft words and also giving her encouragement. I imagine how it will feel that someone will speak to me in that way. Miss Shui reminds me of my great grandmother, filled with admiration by the talents of Nikki, but also worried in silence by the challenge of guiding her through the normal stuff. Why don't I have a destiny like that? Is it because I'm not as talented as the rest? Maybe I'm no better than Tian, but I'm just a kid who knows to make wrong flowers. But nobody here pays me attention at all. Okay.
Seems like she didn't talk with her parents that much.
Could be. She tried, but
But the closer someone gets to you, the easier it is to take them for granted. That closeness can sometimes make people forget how fragile a yin yuan really is.
That is true, right? You take things for granted sometimes.
Relationships need care. I hope we find her soon. Maybe they'll still have the chance to make things right.
Great idea. We've got to find Xiaozhi. Nikki, let's go check somewhere else for clues. Yo.
Young or old, without an umbrella. Not even one of them ever come home. Are you here to buy an umbrella? This cursed rain. How many more people will it take?
But the weather outside is fine.
Artisan Chung, we're here to ask about Xiaozhi. We heard she was here to get her umbrella fixed before she disappeared.
On that day, the Liu family brought their child to me to fix her umbrella. So I coated it with a special ointment we craftsmen developed. Then the umbrella was completely waterproof, enough to withstand even that strange rain. You really can't afford to lose or break an umbrella. That cursed rain. Just waiting to snatch people caught without one.
Artisan Chung, have you ever actually seen someone get taken by the rain?
Not with my own eyes. But look at the state of my family. All thanks to the rain. 3 lives. People say it was a carriage accident. But how is that even possible? How could it take my family?
Oh, that's the guy we read about before. Es el tipín del que leímos antes.
10 years ago, there was a brush artisan who vanished after a rainstorm. Back then, no one realized it was actually the rain. Then one rain after another, more and more people disappeared. Who knows who's next? Maybe you, maybe me, maybe everyone on Daching Island.
But according to Mrs. Liu, you finished fixing Xiaozhi's umbrella and then she left with it. Even if the stories about the rain are true, with her umbrella, she shouldn't have been in danger.
That's true. I fixed it for her. But her mother thanked me, then started scolding her, telling Xiaozhi to be more obedient, to be more like Tian. We're neighbors, so I hear him bickering like that all the time. That day was no different. Xiaozhi got mad, talked back, then stormed off. While dealing with another customer, I saw Tian leave without an umbrella. I went after him and overheard the 2 kids arguing. Xiaozhi was furious. She smashed her umbrella while shouting at Tian to stop following her.
A child without an umbrella.
Oh no. If Xiaozhi didn't find shelter in time, she may have... Artisan Chung, did you hear what they were arguing about? Maybe she mentioned where she was headed?
I heard her say her parents didn't understand her. They want her to be someone else. Also, she said something like, if only kids could choose their parents. If they want someone else's kids so bad, then I should get to choose what parents I get. Once someone disappears in that rain, they never return. Tian really valued his yin yuan with that girl. That's why I kept this umbrella. I thought it would make a good keepsake. But fan feathers have been hard to come by lately, so I haven't repaired it yet.
We can give some. I think we have that thing. Creo que tenemos esas plumas, así que venga.
I just happen to have some fan feathers. You can use them to fix Xiaozhi's umbrella.
We wait until the
That
guy
way,
fixes the thing,
we can
huh?
keep out the rain. Artist Nikki, for now, keep the umbrella. When you can, please give it to Xiaozhi's parents. I don't know how to break it to them. Please, take the umbrella to them and tell them that Xiaozhi won't be coming back.
Okay. Once we've uncovered the truth about Xiaozhi, we'll be sure to give them this umbrella.
Anyway, Artist Nikki, Miss Bai, when you're out and about, be sure to take an umbrella with you. After all, who knows what happened to those people before they disappeared? Or where they are now.
Guilty cats. Esos gatos cochinos que no se dejan. Okay, finally, this one.
Artist Nikki, Miss Bai, and Momo. Is there something I can help you with?
Actually, we're searching for Xiaozhi. Did you happen to see anything the day that she went missing?
Xiaozhi? Let's see. I did hear her arguing with Qian that day. She left in a huff. Now that I think about it, that was the last time I saw her. Actually, I was busy sketching scenes of different people for the Yingyuan festival that day. Maybe you can find her in one of the pictures I sketched. What do you think, Artist Nikki?
Okay. This one?
You know what? Now that I think about it, that person came from Artisan Chung's place, and the figure matches her too. She didn't go far. In fact, I think she even doubled back. The weather wasn't great that day, and my father called me in for dinner. I really have no idea where Xiaozhi would have gone after that. I just really hope she didn't get caught up in that storm.
Do you know what sort of things Xiaozhi usually likes to do? Or where she likes to go?
As for where she might be now, I really don't know. I just know she played with Qian all the time, and he loved learning crafts from her. But as of now, even he doesn't seem to know where she's gone. Me? I'm almost always here, but she would only come by when her parents would bring her along. Her parents are really strict with her. They hardly ever praise her. Whenever they visit, they always tell her not to brag about her talents and to learn to be as humble as me. Over time, she just stopped talking around them altogether. She stopped visiting me too.
Her parents wanted her to succeed, but they also never encouraged her. Not all kids are the same. Everyone's got their own strengths and weaknesses.
That is true. Eso es verdad, gente. Cada quien tiene sus fortalezas y debilidades.
If they'd taken more time to get to know the things she really cared about, maybe they'd see just how wonderful she really is. Anyway, thank you so much, Shu. Let's go search somewhere else for more clues.
Shu's memories, and the umbrella from Artisan Chung. With these clues, we have enough for us to guess what happened to Xiaozhi that day. Xiaozhi was at odds with her parents, and didn't play with the other children.
The disguise, the evasive attitude, the feelings. I guess feelings.
Seems like Xiaozhi longed for praise and approval. So that's why she envied me for having a good teacher. She wanted to forge a Yinyuan like that.
Artisan Chung's son, Tian, might have been the only other kid who admired her.
The reason of what happened, the consequences, the strengths, I guess consequences.
So, when Xiaozhi got scolded in front of Tian, she got embarrassed and upset.
However, that day her parents brought her to visit Artisan Chung to repair her umbrella. While flattering Tian, they told her to be more like him.
That must have been the last straw for her. In her parents' eyes, she wasn't even as good as Tian. She must have been furious.
And so, she had a big fight with her parents and stormed off. Although Tian chased after her, she took her rage out on him, discarded the umbrella, and ran away. And that evening, it rained.
Believe the story of Artisan Young. Doubt the story. I guess we can believe it. Podemos creer su historia, ¿no?
According to Artisan Chung, without an umbrella, Xiaozhi disappeared, like so many before her.
Those who vanished and never returned.
Miss Bai, have those who disappeared really never come back?
No. As Artisan Chung said, the first person who disappeared went missing 10 years ago. Their chances of survival are very slim.
Maybe they just went somewhere that's difficult to find, and if we search hard enough...
What's the point in trying? When a yin yuan is broken, it's broken. Also, those who could travel through places such as that. Nikki, I can't continue to investigate Xiaozhi's situation with you. We'll meet again later.
Momo, let's go back to her house and see if we can figure out where she went.
Chan chan chan. He's bailing out.
Nikki, it looks like it's going to rain. Nikki, that cat that just passed by stopped making any sound.
We missed it. Sin querer, Glostlyn lo pasó. Okay, never again. We're going to wait.
The cat disappeared?
Those stories, they're real. Could the cat really have turned into ink in the rain?
I'm afraid the ink stain on the Liu family's door was left there 3 days ago by Xiaozhi.
That is something else. Eso sí está densidad, ¿eh?
Nikki, were you saying that the knocking sound that day?
It must have been Xiaozhi seeking shelter from the rain, but her parents didn't open the door in time, and she got soaked.
Oh, so the stain was not in the door, but in front of it, troll. La mancha de pintura no estaba en la puerta, sino enfrente de la puerta.
So when her
Por eso
parents
que no vi.
opened the door, there was no one outside.
And Xiaozhi, inches away, turned into ink.
Nikki, should we tell her parents about this?
Let me think. We owe them an explanation. Let's head to the Liu family's house.
Nos perdimos cómo se moría el gato ese, ¿eh? Qué mala suerte, hubiera estado bien. We miss how the cat got inked. Bad luck. Glostlyn skipped it by mistake.
Artist Nikki, do you have any news about Xiaozhi?
Yeah, there's this stain, but it's very small. Ahí está la mancha chiquitilina, ¿eh?
Artist Nikki, if you found anything, please tell us.
I found that you messed it up.
Mr. and Mrs. Liu, this umbrella is for you.
Okay. Your decision will change the thing. Tu decisión cambiará el asunto. Tell the truth or say a pious lie. Oof. A white lie, you may say, right? I think normally it would be fine to lie, but since they were a little bit too rough as parents, I guess they deserve to hear the truth and know that they messed it up. in case their child returns, they at least know where they messed up, right? So in this case, I guess it's better to just tell the truth. En este caso creo que es mejor decir la verdad porque como la embarraron mal plan, es bueno decirles nomás la cosa como es para que sepan que la embarraron. Si es que por algún milagro aparece su hija, al menos no repetirán lo mismo, esperemos, ¿no?
What I'm about to say might be hard to hear. That day, Xiaozhi didn't have an umbrella. When the rain started, she tried to come home to take shelter from it. So, that knocking sound you heard was her trying to get in.
But when we opened the door, there was no one outside. My daughter, where did she go?
She didn't make it in time to avoid the rain and got soaked. Mr. and Mrs. Liu, the ink stain by the door is what was left after she disappeared.
Didn't make it in time. When we went to open the door, we were just one step too late.
My baby! It's all our fault. We shouldn't have said those things.
We didn't hear knocking because we were talking about how to stop belittling her in front of others.
The truth is, Xiaozhi had her strengths. All she really wanted was to be praised by you.
It's not that we didn't know. She showed us the ronghua she made. We thought she was very talented, just like her great-grandmother. We were just afraid she'd become too proud, so we never praised her.
That day when we came back home, we felt so bad. We realized we hadn't had a proper conversation with her in so long.
It was always us blaming her, or her blaming us. We planned to make it up to her when she came home. How could something like this happen? How could this happen?
A little too late, huh? Un poquito muy tarde.
My baby. If I ever get a chance in the next life, I'll treat you with kindness. I'll make up for everything.
We've investigated all the strange happenings in the village. Xiaozhi's dissolving into ink in the rainstorm was truly shocking.
But things that turn to ink don't seem to be caused by the strange rain. There are still many questions we can't answer. Miss Bai, let's head to the small bridge behind the village and meet up with Miss Sui. Maybe she's found other clues.
Alright. Let's change the video there, my friends. Terminaremos el video así. Así que si están viendo esto desde YouTube y les gustó lo que vieron, recuerden ponerle like, comentar, suscribirse para más videos o mejor aún pasen por el directo como estamos ahora para compartir sus momentos con nosotros. El link estará en la descripción. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like what you saw, remember to like, comment, subscribe for more videos, or even better, recommend the stream to share it with friends like we're doing right now. Link will be down in the description. Así que sin nada más que decir, digo, final de video, a mi tenso say, end of the video.